Hey guys, I am just pressed record on the Team on the Run call for May, and we have my friend Jenna is here tonight with us from Hugo, Minnesota. Yes?
Yep, yep.
Okay. And we've got lots of coaches in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Bethany's in Ohio. So I know that they'll like the Minnesota connection. I'm going to just read to you guys a little bit about Jenna so that I give you
Oh,
all of
goodness.
her accolades and accomplishments. But she has been on the Minnesota Market Council for the past 4 years. She is a former teacher, kindergarten and second grade, and now she is home with her babies and doing this Beachbody gig. Jenna, how long have you been coaching?
4 years now.
4 years. She's a Success Club 5 All-Star. She is, her rank is the exact same as mine, which I think is really kind of crazy. So she's a 3-star in her first CBC, a 1-star in her husband's, and then an emerald in her second CBC. So that's a lot of accomplishments, especially considering the fact that she has 3 beautiful little girls, and the oldest one just turned 3. Am I right?
Yes, yep, on Monday.
Girl, that is a lot going on. You guys should see her 80-day obsession pictures. Your before and afters are so inspirational. The fact that you committed to that program with an infant at home
Sure.
and 2 other, I mean, it's
And,
amazing to me. You're
and
such an
I
inspiration.
was nursing the whole time too.
That's incredible.
I kind of threw the time nutrition out though. After a while, I was like, meh.
Yeah. Well, so did I, and I'm not nursing anybody anymore. So I feel you. Um, So I think I got all your accomplishments. Probably not, but
No, that is great.
we're
Thank
just so
you.
honored to have you here, and we're so excited to learn from you and hear some of your tips for success. So I'm just going to turn it over to you.
All right, so thank you. You didn't have to say all those sweet things, but that was very nice. Yeah, so I would talk on and on and on. So I have a little PowerPoint, but like she said, I have 3 kids at under 3 forever until last week. I started this business when I was, when I was teaching full time. I was pregnant with my first, and I was finishing my master's degree in education. So, I mean, regardless, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be doing something else. I was busy. I think we all are busy. So, and if we don't do, oh gosh, why is my phone doing a voice thing? If we're not doing, one thing, we're probably doing something else. So when people are like, oh, I'm too busy. No, I don't think you are. But anyway, so tips to keep this going and not getting burned out. I'll just share them with you. So I'm just going to share my screen. That's okay. And I'll make this bigger. Let's see. How do I just share? No. How do I make it full size, guys? I just want to view it, right? What's going on? Oh, here.
Oh,
Okay.
never
There
mind.
it is. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's a quick overview tonight. I'm just going to talk about showing up, what my week kind of looks like, and how I map out my month, posting and messaging, and then long-term mindset. So showing up in the right way. So you have to becoming a player versus a spectator. So think of the things like, what are you actually doing? Are you going in the team page and liking and commenting? And are you working out sometimes? And are you sharing sometimes? Are you just being kind of like a spectator, or are you actually playing? So your upline, Jessica, or whoever else is your upline, are leaders, right? They know what they're talking about, you guys. So when they're posting in your team page, or when they're messaging you, or follow them on their personal pages. They know what they're talking about. They've been doing this for quite some time. They're obviously successful, so follow what they're doing. Again, are you showing up in the right way? So ask yourself, is this a value-driving activity? I know I'm guilty of it all the time. I love watching Melanie, so I'll go to her Insta stories, or I'll go to her page, and I'm like, Jenna, you could do this for a few minutes, but you've been, on this for 30 minutes. Are you doing a value driving activity? No, I'm not. So you've got to kind of, ask yourself that sometimes. It says not just a post, not just a message, but all the vital behaviors, you guys. You have to let people trust you. So you have to give it time. So you know what the vitals are. You can't just dabble in a workout. You can't, you can't post about, or in your challenge group, you can't post about going running and doing 21-day fix one day and doing 80-day obsession and doing 2B mindset. Like, you can't do all those things. You have to pick one thing and you have to stick with it, because your audience is watching you, right? Your platform is your own quote unquote TV show. So are you adding value? Are you showing up? Are you letting people trust you? And in doing that, are you doing a program yourself? Like Jess was talking about 80-day obsession. I had just completed 80-day obsession last month. I started, in January. I talked about it all in December. You kind of got to build that hype up. And then I showed up on my page doing it. I was real and raw. Sometimes, you guys, I wore my sports bra to bed the night before. I didn't get out of it till 2 days later, because that's my crazy life. I shared my hot mess story all the time. And then I would share my transformation pictures, or I'd highlight a challenger or something like that. So you guys got to show up on your page. Do a 7-second scroll. Like when my coaches are like, oh, I've been messaging and posting and no one's jumping in or no one's coming. I go on their page and I'm like, would have no idea you're even a coach. I'd have no idea you enjoy this kind of stuff. So make sure that you're doing those vital behaviors over time. Again, well, let's see, what does it say? Oops. What program are you doing? You have to add value. You have to, trust. And PD, you guys, that's huge. My challenge group, actually, as a challenge group, we just read Girl Wash Your Face. I know a lot of people have been reading this, but together as a challenge group, I was reading that with them. And, everyone knows personal development is huge to getting your mind right. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, you're having a, sluggish day, or you're down, or something's going crazy. But if you guys pick up 10 minutes of PD or a podcast, I really love Melanie's podcast, you guys. If you listen to one of those just for like 5 minutes, you just get like an instant fire under you. And I really think that you need that in this business to keep going, to not getting, burnt out. So find some kind of PD that you enjoy, whether it's listening in the car or, I never really go anywhere. So I will listen to a podcast while I'm doing the dishes, or while I'm getting the breakfast ready for the girls, or something like that. And I think as challengers too, if we all know that, these challenge groups are all about working out and fitness, but really it's about, mindset. And some people are like, oh, I didn't work out today, or, oh, I didn't have time. But if they were listening or reading some kind of personal development, I think their mindset would shift. Just like, kind of like 2B mindset. I don't know if you guys are doing that. You all should be doing that. But that mindset shift is super important. So if you haven't done some kind of PD in a challenge group, just throw it out there. Say, hey guys, I'm doing this PD. And I thought it would be awesome for us to do it together. And pick something fun, you guys. Don't pick like Go Pro or something like that. Pick something fun and uplifting, or something with a little sass to it. But Girl Wash Your Face, if you haven't read that, read it. It's really good and it's raw. So yeah, think to yourself right now, or you can comment in the chat. What program are you doing, and what PD are you actually doing right now? And I hope you guys all are doing that. And for those of you that are not on, I challenge you to do that as well. And you guys, if you have any questions, I kind of will just go off on a tangent and talk forever. So if you have any questions, you can just stop me and ask. So this is kind of what my week looks like. So you have to, and I'll show you, I create a calendar for my team too, so they kind of can map out their own week, their own month. But I'll show you that in a little bit. But Saturday, I try to spend most of my time with my family, but I need like an hour and a half to kind of make some of my content, or sit down and get my mind right for the week, right? Because we all know Beachbody World starts Sunday and it goes through Thursday. So if you can sit down for an hour, hour and a half in the morning, get up early, grab your coffee, just think about your content, think about what you're going to create for that week. And if you're kind of stuck, and I get stuck all the time, but I love to go follow certain people, and I get motivated from them and some of their posts. So make sure you make time for that, because if you don't, you're just gonna be a hot mess all week long trying to scramble for some kind of killer post. So just really, just if it's not Saturday, pick a day that works for you. And again, this just works for me. You know, you can use it as you may. And yeah, so Sunday, I say get my shit together, because again, that's when coaching starts. So I try to do some kind of vision post on Sunday, you know, where coaching is take me something uplifting. It could be about the business opportunity. I actually, what is today? Today is Monday. I actually did kind of a vision post today. I kind of flip-flopped Sunday and Monday, but I mean, this is pretty much what my week looks like. Sometimes here and there I scramble. It's life. Life is crazy. But, you know, today I talked about, oh my gosh, I almost didn't jump in on this opportunity. My coach asked me a few times, and I said no, and I said no, and I said no. And finally I did, and I'm so glad I did, because I hustled hard for the past few years. And I, you know, let's talk income real quick. No one really wants to talk income, but let's be real. We don't do this just for the fun of it all the time. We do this because it's a job. It gives us, you know, some financial freedom. And I talk about that. I was $70,000 in student loan debt. I went to Bethel University, and I was working full-time as a teacher. I was getting my master's degree. And in the first year and a half, I paid off that debt because of this. I also had my full-time, right? Thank God. But you have to talk about those things. Don't be scared to talk about financial stuff. You know, if it pays for, and you know, my first paycheck, you guys, I think was like $30, and then it was $100, and then it was like -10. So don't think that, you know, this is a get rich kind of quick scheme, because it's not. You have to put in your time, and again, you have to let people follow you and trust you and add value to them. So with that being said, you don't have to pay off some crazy student loan debt. Talk about how it filled your gas tank. Talk about how you went out to dinner with a friend or family member or something like that. Just be real. No one wants to see perfection. No one wants that crap. So just add value. And if you can share about that, you should. So today I shared about, you know, I was so blessed to be home with my 3 girls today. We went to the park, you know, like living a life by design. I didn't have to call, you know, my boss to say, hey, it's a beautiful day. I want to go hang out with my kids. I can do that. And I know, you know, being a stay-at-home mom isn't everyone's jam, and that's fine, but it's mine. And that was my why. That was on my vision board. So some kind of vision post. Monday, and I always throw in family posts here and there too, because whenever I'm going to do a call to action post or anything Beachbody related, really, I always do my kids first, because like in the morning, because those get tons and tons of hits. And then at night, I'll do some kind of Beachbody post, but I never say Beachbody, because the Facebook algorithm, all those people that had liked and commented on your post previously, your post flies up in their newsfeed. So that's why I do that. So I have a lot of family, and then, you know, it kind of alternates. Monday is usually my family post, a call to action post, so like a free group, a challenge group, a glimpse group. And I work really, really hard, you guys, Saturday through, Wednesday, but really hard Saturday through Tuesday, I would say. Because in the Beachbody world, I feel like, you know, that's like a Monday through Friday right there. So make sure you're doing your free groups, your challenge groups, your glimpse groups, because in your free groups, you guys rock the hell out of those, because those people are already into what you're doing. They already trust you. They want to jump in. So you're in a free group, so rock the hell out of that group. Do a few giveaways. I always give away Energize. I call it my mom go-go juice, or my mom crack, or whatever. Give away Shakeology samples in there, because or beach bars now, you guys. I just sent out like 50 beach bars 2 days ago on Saturday morning. But just rock those free groups out, because then those people want more. You're fun. This is something new. It's a community piece. I think a lot of us women really enjoy that community piece as well. So, I mean, that's why I stuck with it so long, because that sense of community just fills my bucket. So, and then, you know, challenge groups, glimpse groups, whatever. And make sure, I'll show you my calendar at the end, but make sure you always do a glimpse into coaching. Every month I do a glimpse into coaching group, and I do a glimpse into a challenge group. I do a challenge group and a free group. So anyone who follows me knows, oh, crap, I missed Jenna's free group this month. I know she's going to do another one next month. Same thing with the challenge group. I start my challenge group the last Monday of the month, every single month. I always do a glimpse into a coaching group, and I always do a glimpse into a challenge group every single month. It's like the same thing over and over. But it's those vital behaviors, you guys, they just, over time, it just compounds. And I don't do anything different really than I did 4 years ago, except Insta Story. And I love Insta Story, you guys, on Instagram. It's the best. And if you can sync it, you can sync it to Facebook too, so you don't have to upload all that stuff to Facebook stories. So your Insta stories can just upload to Facebook. There's a setting in Instagram that you can pick. But those have been super hot. Like, you get to share part of your life all day long, and people either love following you or they don't. And in there, you guys, you can share about having your Shakeology, your Energize, your challenge group. You can invite people to your glimpse groups. On some of my posts, I know a lot of people don't like, posting, yeah, could you add me to your glimpse group, because they're afraid of what other people are going to think. So on Instagram, I do those polls. I'm like, hey, you want to jump into my group? Like, I think I did it today. So if you go to my Insta stories, it's just Jenna Beaverson. You can see my hot ass mess day, but I throw in, my Beachbody life in there with my crazy kids. Oh, sorry, there was a cute little boy there, and I said ass. I'm sorry. So yeah, I went off a tangent there. See, I told you. Transformation Tuesday, you can do yourself, do a challenge, or do one of your coaches, you guys, or do something from the To Be Mindset group. You can use those before and afters that are there for you. Thursday, drink beer. I would say drink wine, but I don't drink wine. Just kidding. But throwback post, and then I always do my family. And Friday, I try to do something funny. Like on WordSwag is my favorite app, and I try to be clean and consistent. So I use the Ultra Clean little filter that you can pick for font. And then last week, I think I wish my teeth were as white as my legs, just something funny. So I just throw in those kinds of things, because I'm like, Fridays, everyone's pumped to, go home. It's nice outside. Everyone's ready for the weekend. So I don't really do much, posting on social media on Friday. But if I do, it's just something silly or funny. And then let's see. Oh, Wednesday. I forgot Wednesday, but I catch up with my team and my team page and my coaches page. So, I'll go to my coaches pages and I'll like and comment on their stuff. I don't go to them every single day because, like I said, I try to do, 90% Jenna, 10% my team, because in the beginning I used to just pour my heart and soul into my team, and I got nowhere with building each month. So, try to focus on you, and then your team will see that, and they'll see, oh, she's doing this, and she's not really doing much in our team page right now because she's focusing on her business. And then you guys, your coaches just follow what you do. So if you're doing this stuff, they're just going to do the same thing. Oh, so again, busy mom, crazy. So people are like, Jenna, how do you do this? Well, I just check into my groups and return messages, you guys, just little tiny pockets of the day. I know 4 years ago, they were like, the power hour, you need to sit down for 1 hour every day and do this. A lot of us don't have time to sit down for an hour anymore. I check into my challenge groups, you guys, if I'm blatantly honest with you, peeing in the morning on the toilet, for real. And I schedule out posts on a Sunday night. So for my challenge group, I'll just do some of the templates that are in the Beachbody coach office, and I just schedule those out. But yeah, I just little pockets of the day. So I usually let the girls watch a show in the morning while I'm making breakfast, and that's when I'm checking in my challenge group, checking into my messages, and looking at my back office real quick. And then I work the business at night not every single night from 9 to 11, but that's usually when I can do it. And I would say some of that time is mindlessly scrolling and, not being using my time wisely sometimes, but again, that's when I work the biz. So at night is usually when I do it. And again, for the month, you have to have a plan. So again, I'll show you what my month looks like. And again, I spend 75% of my time building relationships and inviting. I talk to people, and that's what drives everything, you guys. So when you think of building relationships, it's not, hey, do you want to join my free group? I never ever say that. I never say anything about Beachbody. Building relationships is like, in another group. So I'm in a bunch of like mom groups, or, someone will post something. So in a mom group, for example, if some little kid has a rash, and my little girls have really sensitive hoo-has, so that's a topic in some of those groups. So I'll comment on that post. I will like it, and then I will go and add that mom as a friend, and then I'll message her. I'll say, hey, I'm another mom in XYZ group. I saw what you posted today. This is what happened to me, and this is in my daughter, and this is what worked. I hope this works for you. Good luck, mama. I'm just real, you guys. There's a lot of It Works people and Rodent and Fields and Beachbody and, Beauty Counter, whatever. There's all kinds of these people in all these different groups, bunch of MLMs, right? And there's some people that just kind of suck in it. I mean, I've gotten cold messages like, hey, do you want to join this group that I have for this cream? And it's just like, who are you? If you would have, no, if you would have even looked at my page, you'd know that I was, a Beachbody coach or doing this, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you guys have gotten those messages too, but, and there's a lot of good people in those groups that are real and want to help. So I hope you are one of those people that are real and want to help. And so that's why I build relationships, you guys, in those groups. And they add me as a friend, and, we talk back and forth, and then they see what I'm doing because I'm consistent, and they jump in on a free group, and they jump in on a challenge group, and some of them have become coaches. I know it's scary. I hate, I never cold message anyone. I've never done it. I never will. And it's scary to message people. But just do it. Do a voice text, you guys. They can hear the excitement in your voice. I voice text all the time. They hear the excitement in your voice. They hear that you're real. They hear the craziness in the background. If you're a mom, they get it. Birthday messages, you guys, is something that is easy to do to build relationships with. You go on Facebook, you can see, you have 10 birthdays today. Shoot them a message, say, hey Jess, happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. What are you doing? Always leave it with a question, you guys, because they have to come back and answer you. Maybe they'll do it in a week because it's their birthday. They're going out and having fun. Or not always birthdays, you guys. Babies, that's huge. Congratulations. Your daughter is adorable. Enjoy those sweet baby sounds and snuggles and smells. And end with some kind of a question. How are you feeling? And that piece, you guys, it just goes back and forth. The mom might say, oh my gosh, my hoo-ha is crazy. And then I would say, I know Tux is the best for that, or yada, yada, yada. If you're just real, just be you guys. Those are the messages. Those are the relationship building pieces. You never say anything about Beachbody, ever. Gross. Never, ever, ever. And then sometimes, what did I say? I'll go back the night before. Okay, so if I did some kind of transformation post, and I'm not always 100% on point with this. This is something that I need to continue to work on. But say I do a transformation post, and a bunch of people liked and commented. The next day, you could go back and message someone and say, hey, thanks so much for, taking the time out of your day to like or comment on my post. It's never easy sharing, that vulnerable side, but I just really appreciate it. How are you doing? You're just building a relationship. You're just talking to people. It's social media. Be social, you guys. Let's see. Always end with a question. Yeah. Invite, catch up, and then when people say, hey, I see what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? You could say, hey, would you like to hear some details? And then you just get the ball rolling like that. Nothing crazy. You're just real. You're just sharing you. You're never selling anything, you guys. You're just being a product of the product and showing up and showing that it works. So that's what my week kind of looks like. And it's a hot mess, guys. Like if you follow me on Instagram, hot ass mess. Posting and messaging. So the two have to go hand in hand, right? Are you posting consistently? Like again, I said that 7-second scroll, go and scroll your page in 7 seconds. Could you tell that you were into health and fitness or helping people, or, what are you into? Giving value, being real, just being you and sharing you. People enjoy that. Personally messaging everyone who likes, comments on your posts. I touch on that. Again, I miss out on that sometimes. Send thank yous, catch up, use your voice, be real, just be you. Like I said, birthdays, engagements, I forgot about that. Engagements, weddings, those are easy conversations to have. If you see someone that got married, you can say, girl, congratulations, you look gorgeous in that dress. Where are you going for your honeymoon? Are you going on a honeymoon? Did you have so much fun? Just end with a question. Choose some kind of messaging target daily and stick to it. So are you gonna have 10 relationships or conversations a day? Maybe 6 of those are birthdays, you guys. Done. Super easy. You can invite 5 people to a paid group or a challenge group because you've been adding, you've been working on all those relationships the past month, the past 2 months, the past 3 months. Those 5 invites a day, and I'm going to be honest, I don't invite every single day, but I try really hard to invite at least one person a day. But everything that you do like 3 months before, like hits you right now. So everything that I did, what is it, May? So everything that I did, in February? Yeah, is like coming back now. So just remember that. And again, I usually voice text people. They like to hear your voice, except details like on a challenge group or a free group or for To Be Mindset. So I made like this big little pamphlet on Canva for To Be Mindset. And so when people were like, hey, I'm interested, can I have the details? I would send them a little voice text saying, hey, I'm excited that you want to jump in on this. I've, been working with Alana on some of these calls. She actually did a team call with us. It was amazing. And I say, I have some details. Would you like that? And so I'll say that in a voice text, and then they'll message me back, and then I send them, like a little PDF or text. I don't voice that, because if it has, options or price and stuff, I kind of want them to just have that. And you guys stop. If you have any questions, you can stop me too. Long-term mindset. Okay, so let's see. I think I have one more slide and that's it. So don't overcomplicate it, guys. I'm doing, like I said, the exact same thing that I was doing now when I started, except Insta stories. That's really it. Like anything, you get better in time, right? So, building those relationships, all that stuff at the beginning. Remember when we were a brand new coach? I try to be so mindful when I get on a new coaching call with people and they've been coaching for, a month or 2 or 3. Like, it is scary as hell. And like telling people, like, how do you come out of the closet saying I'm a Beachbody coach? Because all these people are going to be like, oh God, you're a Beachbody coach. But who cares? You just got to let it go. It took me like a year to finally be like, who cares, Jenna? They don't like you, they can unfollow you. Who cares? If I, like, after having all my babies, and I don't even know how to say it correctly, diastasis recti. So after having Gwen, she gave me that. Love her dearly. But, I share that. And if I can help one mom feel good again, I did my job. I don't even care if anyone defriends me or whatever. They can go ahead. So you just have to kind of get over that. And you have to get over people not liking your Beachbody posts. I mean, you don't say it's a Beachbody post, but you're posting your Shakeology, you're listing daily sunshine stuff, your kids drinking daily sunshine, whatever. A lot of people don't like and comment on those, but if they see it long enough over time, they will message you and say, what is that? What's your kid drinking? Can you send me a link? So all that stuff, you guys, compounds. So you just have to be consistent. So you know how they say be here in a year? Well, I say, nope, be here in 5 years. So it's like you're going to take your 4-year degree, your coaching degree, right? Just think of what you can do in 4 years. It's crazy. People crap out at 6 months because they're like, oh, I didn't make any money, or no one jumped in. So just think of it like that. Change your mindset, make it long term. It really is literally the dream job, you guys. There are days I get burnt out. There are days I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to post. I want to throw my phone in the toilet. I get there. I mean, I get that. I'm sure some of you guys do too, but I think that's just part of it. But be mindful, you guys. If you're going to work it for an hour, put your headphones in, listen to some jams. Don't have any distractions around you. Go to a coffee shop if you have kids everywhere, whatever. If you use your time wisely, if you're mindful of your time, then it's not complicated. You know, when I'm like, oh gosh, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Because my life is a hot mess. I got kids yelling at me. I'm trying to make a post that I should have done the night before when I was by myself, but good is going to come out of this post. I got kids crazy. I'm just a hot mess. So if you're mindful of your time and you're mindful of your posts, it's just the best, you guys. Like today we went to the park and we had a tea party and we played dress up, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. So it's the dream job for me. Insta stories, it's where it's at, you guys. Jatana Jackson, she's my fave. If you don't follow her, you should. I met her on the Success Club trip last month. Oh my God, I love her. I made her take a few pictures with me. She put me in her Instagram story. I love her. If you don't follow her, follow her. She's so fun and she's hilarious. But I mean, you have to follow people who you enjoy. But Insta stories, you guys, and using that option, you know, hey, do you want some information on my free Glimpse into a Challenge group? Don't ever say yes or no. Say, heck yes, yep. Don't ever give them the option to say no. So if they don't want to jump in, then they're just not going to say click yes or heck yes. You know, hey, do you want to jump in on this 2B mindset group? Blah, blah, blah. They've seen you post about it for the last 2 weeks. They've seen the hype up. Don't give them the option to say no. Say, sign me up. I'd like more info. You know, Instagram stories is great. I did that today. I got 3 people that want some information. And again, when you post on your personal page, you know, comment below. I always say comment below or shoot me a message, because a lot of people won't comment and they'll shoot you a message because they don't want other people to see that they're interested in this challenge group that you're doing. Yeah, and there's seasons of hustle, there's seasons for raising your kids, but you just have to show up, guys. And it's magical when you do. It's been a game changer for me. I said no a few times to this opportunity, and I'm so glad I said yes because, you know, people don't like to talk finances, whatever. I make more doing this now than I did teaching with my master's degree. And you don't have to have a fancy degree to be a coach. You just have to be kind, a big heart, and, you know, share your story and your journey and help people and inspire people along the way. And have people have FOMO, guys. Like those Success Club trips, you got to get yourself on that. If you're not on that, get your butt on the wait list. Like tons of FOMO. Share about, you know, going places. Or we always do my challenge group. We like to meet up once a month or once every other month for dinner or bowling. You know, share those different things too, because it really is about that community piece. I think that's it. I think I have my calendar. So here's my team page. It's my cover page. So I just set them up for success. I, you know, say 2B launches on the 2nd. We have a new coach training that kicks off. And summit registration is open on the 7th. We have a team workout together on the 12th. We have a 10-day Emerald or Bust group on the 12th. We have a bunch of us leaders have a brainstorm Zoom session on the 19th. Lift 4 training and the Beachbody Champions page launches on the 23rd. I always do a What is Coaching event. So that's on the 29th. I don't know why I have these all mixed up down here. 2B team support group starts on the 14th. Clean Week, that's a free group, starts on the 14th. And What is a Challenge group event starts on the 15th. And then you guys, every Tuesday night at 8:45, I do a Zoom with anyone who wants to get on. I used to do this like 2 years ago and I stopped because my season of life was crazy with my kids, but I actually started doing this this month again. And so every Tuesday night at 8:45, I get on a Zoom just like this and anyone in my downline wants to pop on and ask. It's just open Q&A, because I used to get on one-on-one coaching calls. I still get on one-on-one coaching calls with my new coaches, but I would be on coaching calls every single night, 3 times a night, and it was just way too much. So if anyone has any questions, they jump on the Zoom at 8:45 and it's open. And then we have our team calls on Monday nights too. So that's all I got for you.
Thank you, Jenna. I took a ton of notes, and I don't know, you're super real and super motivating, that anybody, even with like a crazy world with little ones underfoot, and that we can do this. So, so many takeaways.
Just a hot mess, guys. Hot mess.
Well, likewise, right here. Totally. You make hot mess look good, girl.
Oh, thanks.
You guys have questions. Jenna, do you mind if we ask you some
No,
questions?
go for it. Go for it.
Don't be shy, guys. You can pick her brain.
Yeah. Pick my brain. No question is a stupid question. And if you ask me about volume, I'm not that sure. It's 4 years into it, and I'm still like, I don't want to talk about volume.
Jenna, where are you finding most of your coaches? Like your new, as far as recruiting?
So all of my coaches are from my challenge group. So it all starts with that free group. And then it's just, if I have a challenger that's in a challenge group, they'll have a friend. So I've had a few new coaches actually the past 2 months. They were like referrals from people that were in a free group and then jumped in on a challenge group. But I mean, the coaches usually come from the challenge group, and I try to say, like, if someone wants to be a coach right off the bat, I'm like, you need to be in my challenge group just for at least a month or 2 so you can see, how it works. Because I want you to be successful. I want you to be set up for success. If you just jump in and you don't know what you're doing, you're just gonna say peace out. So, and I have a lot of my coaches in my challenge group, and they throw their challengers in there too. And then I have a lot of coaches who run their own. So just depends on the person.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ladies, you have questions?
I do. You said glimpse group. What did you mean by glimpse group?
So a glimpse into coach here. So let me see if I can. Yeah, a glimpse into a coaching or a glimpse into a challenge group.
Okay. And do you typically do it like a couple days, or is it one?
It's usually a Thursday night, and it's at from 8:30 to 9 p.m. and it's like a live. So my team has my team, I have a little document, a happy hour document, and here, let me see if I'll show you. Anyway, so it's for a half hour or an hour, and then we just schedule out these posts.
Mm-hmm.
We actually just did one. So I'll take at 8 o'clock, or 8:30. Someone will take 8:35. Someone will take 8:40. Let's see. This is just an older one, but
okay.
So it's just
Neat. Okay.
Cool.
Just super easy. And we show that we're hot messes. I'll do a live video inside a challenge group so people can see what it looks like. And this stuff we already have, it's in a document. Someone just copy and paste,
So you do it for coaching and for your challenge groups?
Yep. So we talk about, for the coaching, we talk about, is this a pyramid scheme? Is this, that kind of thing. I actually have a document. I can send it to Jess.
Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Other questions, ladies?
No question is a dumb question. You guys are going to be a part of my boomerang. You guys, Instagram is where it's at for Insta stories, because people are like, oh, what is she doing? What is she doing? So if you're not on Instagram, and I hated Instagram. Facebook is my jam. I would say like 85% of my customers and coaches come from Facebook. I love Facebook. Instagram is overwhelming for me. I'm not really techie. But I need to be, because that's where it's kind of going to. But if you do those Insta stories, you guys, like, that's where it's at. People watch that.
Okay.
Anything?
Any other questions? We're quiet tonight. We're quiet crew tonight.
Okay, you guys are going to be part of my boomerang.
Okay.
I'm just going to go like this. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Ready, set, go. All right.
All
See?
right. We
Just
love
sharing
it.
that kind of thing. People are like, what are they doing? Why are there girls on that? I want to be on that. That's FOMO. I do that. And my team's like, well, I wasn't on that call. What was that one about? You know?
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Jenna, for sharing, and it just inspiring and encouraging. We appreciate it. I hope you guys had some good takeaways.
Yeah, and feel free to message me, guys, if you have any questions ever, too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, lady.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. And yeah, I look forward to continuing to watch you. I don't watch your Instagram stories, and now I'm gonna. So
Hot Mess Express.
I love it. All right. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to be on tonight.
Bye, guys. Thanks for
Bye.
having
Thank
me.
you.